What was your very first experience to an animation style that came from the land of the rising sun, that has a lasting legacy with all those who've seen this wonderful art form? People always look to anime with some sort of awe-inspiring look, like, whoa, this is so amazing! But many people's childhoods mainly to anime outright with titles like Pokemon, for example. As for me, I've seen a lot of both old and new anime titles throughout the years, along with the help of many reviewers on YouTube. I kind of understand what I'm talking about in this topic. Anime is an interesting genre that I think everybody needs to see, and by the end of the speech, it will be on your mind. First, I'll talk about the beginnings of anime, then I'll discuss the localization process here in the West, how most anime transition from the big screen to the small screen, and finally, I will talk about the legacy that this wonderful art form has left behind for many generations to come. Anime has an inspiration from an unlikely place. Before anime became the art style we all know and love today, Japan used anime as a form of propaganda for the imperialistic past. By the end of World War II, Japan has struggled in their economy and their surrender to America, so America stepped up and helped rebuild. Most animation studios at that time period were inspired by the likes of Disney to create many wonderful films, and with the rise of manga, many shows were spawned using the art style that manga is used, on titles like Speed Racer, Astro Boy, and Tobor the Eighth Man, or as it's known in Japan, 8-Man. Soon after these titles were released, many more animes were released from that time period, being either remembered or forgotten about in the sands of time. Most anime at that time period were adapted from many different sources. Many that could be adapted from a manga, a light novel, a video game, or anything for that matter. Although many animes were based on forms of pop culture, many were based on old tales, from ghost stories and tales of yokai. In a world where many things are made for no reason at all, most times anime can be set in the same path. Now that we understand history, we'll talk about how it worked stateside. Well, many anime were popular back in Japan, and it took a while for them to get popular here in the US. Most iconic titles people remember fondly, like Perfect Blue, Akira, Ninja Scroll, and Ghost in the Shell. Many of those titles have reached popularity in the mainstream, however, others have faded into more obscure. Companies that license anime here in the States like Central Park Media under US Manga Corps, ADV, Media Blasters, Manga Entertainment, and so on release terrible release after terrible release, meaning old OVAs that have like bad dubs, bad art design, or even old movies that have plots that make a little bit no sense. One such example is Ninja Resurrection, which was advertised as a sequel, in quote, to Ninja Scroll, just because it had the same title as Ninja Scroll, in fact, but it is not. But Anime Works, Media Blaster's anime production network, they released many titles like Madonna. Yeah, weird name, I know. Central Park Media, however, has been pretty much a staple in most animes many people remember. Like many releases like Revolutionary Girl Utena and many more I can remember right now. And many were dime a dozen OVAs like Ione's Head Kick or Voltage Fighter Gokaiser being one of them. Comment down below to see if you remember that. With Manga Entertainment, however, they made a few good films, like Blood, the Last Vampire. Though it is kind of good, but what do I care? It is an interesting test piece anime, but what do I know? Many voice actors have been a talent in anime, but many ranging from Veronica Taylor, who's well known for her role as Ash Ketchum, Christopher R. Sabat, who's well known for his role as Vegeta in Dragon Ball, Mona Marshall, and many more. Many of them have made a lasting legacy with anime. With anime's success here in the US, we can understand its legacy for generations to come. Anime has soon become a part of our culture, like it's so infused in our minds that many people know it. Many famous actors and actresses are huge fans of anime, with many films being influenced by anime. For example, the writer and director of Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino, recommended the anime movie Kite as part of actress Chiaki Kuriyama's preparation for her role as Gogo Yubari in the first film. A lot of television shows and films have made one or more references to anime, one way or the other. Now we understand the impact that it had, and it's safe to say that people can make a living out of this. People have made a living on the internet by reviewing what makes them happy. May review video games or even anime. When you look at YouTube, there are a few anime reviewers that review all types of anime, either good or bad. After the rise of the infamous anime reviewer known as Trey Sessler, aka Mr. Anime, and the reason I said infamous was for a totally different reason. Many people have tried their hands at reviewing anime. We've seen the rise of many people like Trish Arcada, who formed Glass Reflection, Bennett White, aka Bennett the Sage, Kenny Laurendale, and many more like them. And I think you should check out their channels because they make pretty good content. With the help of many of these anime reviewers, many people don't even know the animes. And with the help of these channels, many more can help. After a while though, many more have watched more and more of these old anime series, and because of that, people become more knowledgeable about anime in the past. All these anime series and movies have led to impact in one way or another. As an example, this Yu Yu Hakusho t-shirt. Sorry about that. So, in conclusion, anime has a humble beginning with America having its hand in the start. Although with anime having a double-edged sword with audiences in the States, pop culture status anime soon had to follow, and how many more people have made a living watching and reviewing anime. I hope you all remember that when it comes to this harsh world that we all live in today, or you just need a break from the escape to the childhood you had, anime, it can be your escape with many classes to watch or older series to discover.